I think I wore Emma out yesterday.
Hey!
How is everybody?
Good.
Look at that. Oh, I can record this. Can I record it? Are you going to record this?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's everybody doing? Good?
Good.
Good.
Enjoying the day so far?
Mm-hmm. I've been out to the store and I swear people are dressed for the apocalypse. It's crazy. Nothing uncovered except for their hair. It's like goggles and everything.
Oh, goodness.
Crazy. Like, I just need a couple things. So
I got hit at Kroger parking lot by a gentleman who he acknowledged he didn't even look behind him as he was backing up.
Oh,
wow.
jeez.
Come on, dude.
He hit your car or he hit you?
In our car. And, bless him. He was an elderly veteran. I said, and, we checked the car and I said, didn't do a lot of damage. We'll just eat it. It's fine. But people are crazy. They're distracted when they're driving. And they are, what Kelly said, they are dressed for the apocalypse.
Crazy.
yeah.
But let's focus on the positive.
Well, Pam's working on getting everything Facebook Live and all that good stuff. So.
Oh, Julia, you're gonna working out, aren't you? You've got the shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you planning?
Have you been outside, Julia? Have you been picking up?
Yes, I did. I did a walk run right after upper body and cleaned the deck, and I just got out of the car, so I feel pretty good right now. I'm gonna venture out to the store at some point today. So.
Fine.
I've sat on the couch since I saw you last.
Oh.
Well, you saw the food I had. I'm like, I didn't eat anything, but I ate a lot. Hi, Carol.
Hey.
Carol, you're at work.
Yes, I am.
Show the blood.
Lunch break.
Not doing. Carol.
Go. Did you make this? It's the cupcakes. Was it from you?
Huh?
I think this is from you. This is from the birthday party like weeks ago.
So, can I hear me? Yeah. Okay. So, is anybody gonna be making these cookies as we're going through this? It's okay. I was just wondering.
So my hand's gonna be full with a beer. Sorry.
Ah, nice.
I'm gonna wait till later.
I'm here for the entertainment factor.
Hey.
Ditto.
Yes.
Hair all set up. It'll be great.
Kelly, who are you throwing stuff at?
Oh, for the dog.
Oh,
Trying to use his energy. See, throwing him he likes this little penguin. Just throw it.
Aw. All right. So normally Pam and I, we cook in the kitchen. We kind of fight a little bit.
This is gonna be awesome.
We're gonna try and get along.
A lot of business.
Oh, look at that. Hey.
What?
Nice
What are you drinking?
beverage.
Angry Orchard. Apple juice.
Yeah, apple juice. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Should we get started?
So okay, again, who's participating and here? Who's just here for the amusement?
I'll participate.
Everybody's just here for the amusement.
sorry, you're killing me.
This is episode 1, so.
Yeah, it may be episode 1 of 1.
Oh.
No, I'm sure it won't.
We'll see how this one goes, or if our network drops us because ratings are low.
I think Kelly.
All right.
Kelly, did you say you're making?
What?
What?
I think. Did you say you were gonna make them too?
Yeah, I'm gonna make them too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
All right, so I came across this recipe a few days ago when I posted a link to it in the group. It was called 3-ingredient oatmeal breakfast cookies. And so I'm the kind of person that something gets beyond 5 ingredients, then you probably lost me and I'm not going to make it. So it really piqued my interest, and I thought, wow, let's give this a try. So Teresa and I actually, I said, Teresa, let's try to make this and do a cooking show.
Okay.
So
Like I'm
we share it with you guys and have a little fun and try to make it together this afternoon. And since it seems pretty easy, we'll see how it goes. All right. So Teresa, you want to talk about the ingredients?
Sure. I'm going to let you talk about the oats. So Pam said 3 ingredients, right? Bananas, oats, and what else?
Your extras.
Oh yeah, there's lots of extras. So I've got chocolate chips. We've got walnuts. We do have some craisins, and just a little funny story about craisins. We went to a mom and pop grocery store, and we looked down every aisle looking for craisins. And I said, "Oh hey, they're right here." So I got them. We get them home. And Pam says, "Oh, these look kind of funny." And then, are they out of date or just right at date?
They have a Best Buy of March 4th of 2020.
So keep in mind, it was a mom and pop where they do a lot of fried foods, that kind of stuff. So all the healthy stuff was in stock, out of date. And then I realized it was infused with blueberries. So I've never seen that before. And then Pam's like, yeah, no wonder it tasted kind of funny. All right. So 3 ingredients that we're going to be using today are the oats, bananas, chocolate chips, and the walnuts is what we plan on doing it. But you can add different stuff to it. I think we pulled out the chia seeds. We've been trying to think of what else we could add to this to maybe get more protein. Because from what I was telling Pam earlier, this would be a great snack for especially some of the 5 a.m.ers that come in. You're looking for something that's not real heavy, but gives you that little carb energy. So that's kind of what we're stop it. So we were kind of trying to find out what we could add to it for protein. And of course, Pam says, hey, how about peanut butter? And I'm thinking, yeah, there are a peanut butter that we'd have to put in it to, once you spread it out into the cookies. Okay, so Pam, you want to talk a little bit about the oatmeal? I've got the quick oats, the 1-minute oats, and then I've got the slow oats.
By the way, we're wearing our MyZone so we can earn some MEPs while we're doing this.
Keep going, Trina.
All right.
I figured we'd be a little nervous or it'd get goofy, so I'd get our heart rate up. Anyway, so just a couple things on the ingredients. Your base is your oatmeal and your bananas. That's the base of the cookie. So anything extra you want to add is kind of your own personal preference. So like Teresa said, we have some chocolate chips, walnuts, and craisins. But you could add in other things depending upon your own personal taste, and you can try and see how it works. All right. So as far as oatmeal, in the recipe, the online recipe, the video, the person talks about using either the quick oats, or you can also use old-fashioned oats. The difference that she talked about, flavor-wise, there's no difference. The quick oats are going to absorb the banana a lot better, where the old-fashioned oats, which are basically just cut oats, they won't absorb as well. So she said you could go ahead and still use the old-fashioned oats if you preferred, but you want to let your, once you get the mix put together of the banana and the oatmeal, you want to let it set for maybe about 30 minutes just so the banana and the oatmeal absorb a little bit better together. Otherwise, the quick oats absorb faster and from a cookie perspective, I guess, work better. So for today, we're going to use just quick oats and see how that goes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the bananas, because this is what is going to be the time consumer, basically mashing the banana up. You could use, like I said, really ripe. You're gonna have a little bit more moisture with the ripe bananas. You can always use, you know, fresh bananas. I don't know what to call them. Not the older. These are gonna be sweeter. These are gonna be maybe not as sweet, and that's okay. It's kind of whatever you have at the house. So if you guys are getting ready to do this, we're gonna
And
go
again,
ahead.
it's personal preference too. So
Right.
The darker the banana is, the sweeter it is. The greener it is, the less sweet. Also,
Yeah, that's good.
the darker the banana, the softer it is. So it makes it a little easier to mash up. But also, the darker the banana is and the mushier it is, the consistency of the cookie after it's been baked is going to be a little chewier than a riper banana. So just some points there, but we're using the riper banana, is that
Yep,
true?
yep.
All right, so we're going to use the riper banana.
You give me a paper towel. So the lady on the original YouTube video, she said, you know, you could use your hands to break it up a little bit. That's what I've done. You're going to notice that I think even a potato masher might be something that you might want to use for these, because it will take just a little bit to mash these up. And you know what? I don't have a potato masher in the house, but I bet I have one in the camper.
There's one in the camper. I know.
Yeah, why would I have one in the camper instead of in the house, right?
I don't ever remember making mashed potatoes when we were
I
camping.
know, but we have one. I think it's because some of our fellow campers had one, and we had to have one too.
Probably. We need one of those professional cooking show overhead cameras.
Selfie stick.
Where you snap your finger and it goes from like whole bananas to mashed bananas.
Yeah.
Hey, and the other thing that they talked is you could also, you know, if you wanted something a little bit sweeter, you could add honey. What was the other thing she mentioned?
Vanilla.
Yeah.
You could add cinnamon. Again, that's not sweet, but pinch of sea salt.
Yeah, a pinch of sea salt. You'll have to watch her video, and you'll see why we're kind of making fun of her. All right, how you guys doing with your banana mash? Good?
Ellie's been done for 5 minutes.
Show us your banana mash.
Ready to go, Kelly?
Shut up and
You know, I think we should maybe add some cinnamon to this.
You can if you want to.
I don't think I will.
what do you think about protein powder for the extra protein? Do you think that would work?
We talked about that, but
A half serving or something?
just being careful that it doesn't dry it out too much.
Oh, gotcha.
You have to play with the amount that you would add, but it could dry it out. I guess if you let it set for a bit before you baked it, it might be okay.
So I just added just a little bit of sprinkle of cinnamon. And then I think I'm ready to add my oatmeal. Anybody else ready to add their oatmeal?
Yes.
All right, well,
Kelly's ready.
if you got it, add it. So I've got 1.5 cups. And this is where it's real important to make sure that you get everything mixed up really good. You want all your oats to be covered with banana. Is anybody grilling out today?
Yes.
I thought about it.
Smoking.
We have some salmon marinating right now.
Nice. We had pork chops last night off the grill.
That sounds good.
The way that I like pork chops or grilled.
All right, how's everybody doing?
Great. I wonder if if you did decide to add protein powder, that might be a cookie that you'd want to add a little bit of vanilla to, like Pam said, so it wouldn't dry it out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe even a little bit more honey too, or something to add a little bit of liquid.
Yeah.
So every few weeks, I basically make some cookies that are what you're describing. They're like oats,
Really?
chocolate chips, bananas, honey, vanilla, cinnamon, and peanut butter.
Wow.
I'm
So it's-
taking notes.
And then I assume you could, with
How
all
much
that,
peanut butter do you add?
how much what?
Peanut butter.
I think it's, actually, I'll look it up while we're sitting here. Hold on.
All right, well, I'm adding my chocolate chips and I'm adding my walnuts. And these are about 1/3 of a cup of each. And then again, just mixing these up again.
Hey, Kelly, if you share that recipe, it counts for a burpee.
Shut your mouth.
I can do all the workouts. It doesn't seem fair.
No! This is not fair. It's not about being fair.
It's 1 cup of peanut butter. I don't really measure it. I just kind of do like 2 big tablespoons.
Yeah.
I also reduce the number of oats. The amount. I don't know how much yours recipe was, how many oats it was, how much.
It was 1.5 cups.
That's about what I put in. This one calls for 2.5. And I reduced that.
How many bananas?
2. And this one calls for really ripe. So, I mean, I wait until literally like you're scared to touch it because it might come out. I tried it with ones that weren't that ripe and it wasn't nearly as good. It was just, I assume it was starchier because it wasn't as.
All right. So I'm ready to start making my cookies. And what they recommend is, of course, using like a tablespoon. I'm just using my hands. And then you want to make the cookie be the size of the cookie that you'd like to have. Just because the cookie's not going to expand, it's going to quit. It's going to be the size that you make it. Okay, so get over here, make some patties. So I feel like I'm making hamburger patties when I'm making these cookies. I gotta get my muffs.
Uh-oh. Somehow I went to the red zone.
So the other thing that I did, so my nonstick pan, I did spray it with Pam, but if you've got one of those, I forget what the lady called it, the nonstick thing.
Some kind of a baking sheet.
Yeah, or parchment paper. I will tell you, you can't put wax paper in the oven.
Maybe we should have had some somewhere at the beginning of our show. Some safety.
All right, and so also keep in mind too that we give you a recipe. We've tried this. We don't want to give you guys something that we think is going to be terrible. So we want to make sure that it's got some flavor to it, right? There's nothing worse than getting a recipe and then it tastes like crap.
Thank goodness it's easy and
I can trust
it's
Pam
not like hours of investment.
Well, and I can trust you not to destroy my kitchen.
Hey.
I should have had you doing this part.
I'm the camera person. The messy part. Do you talk about how many cookies it makes?
I think a lot of it depends on how big your cookies are. Of the batches that we've made, we've had 12, we've had 9. Because like I said, they're not going to expand.
So however you mold them and place them on your pan is how they're going to turn out at the end of your baking. So unlike cookie dough that collapses and expands a bit, these cookies don't. So you don't have to worry about spacing them like 2 inches apart or anything like that you do when you bake cookies.
They don't look like they're super messy to handle either, are they?
They're kind of messy.
They're not bad. Not bad.
So this one yielded 10.
Yeah, about 10.5.
It's pretty good.
I get some camera time.
Hi.
I've only earned 2 MEPs though, because I can't get my heart rate above 49%.
All
for
right.
my effort. So, gonna put these in the oven for 12 minutes. If you happen to use some of the fresher bananas, you might have to increase your cook time just a couple minutes. What's the temperature of the oven set to? 350. We preheated at 350. This oven's been on since 9 a.m. I'm kidding. Set it for 12 minutes. And there you go. How are you doing, Kelly?
I didn't turn my oven on, so
Oh, you have to
wait. I still have to preheat.
Where's the food?
I guess I made mine a lot smaller because I had 14.
Oh, good. So, anybody have any questions?
That was easy.
It was easy. So, this morning, before we went live, Pam and I made 2 batches. One batch with the very, very ripe bananas and chocolate chips and walnuts. And then another batch with the very new bananas that had craisins, walnuts.
Raisins and walnuts, yeah.
So they come out, I mean, you can kind of, got a little bit of brown on the bottom, a little brown on the top. But I'm really looking forward. I was telling Pam that I always need something maybe just a little bit sweet when I'm at work. And instead of hitting the vending machines, I think this is going to be a perfect addition to some of the things that I eat. So.
Yeah, and we did try both very ripe bananas as well as some that were a little green. One batch was very ripe, and the other batch was a little greener. And the very ripe banana took about 12 minutes exactly to bake those. And then the other batch with the less ripe bananas took about 14 minutes. And they're still a little softer. So, you know, just if you're, depending upon the age of your bananas, you may have to watch your cook time, but start at 12 minutes. Yeah. Should we try one?
I think we should.
All right.
I'm going to have the one with the chocolate chips.
I'm going to have one with a craisin.
Smile.
So delicious.
These are good.
Wish you guys were here.
Hey, I can always drive there with my mask and my gloves and pick up a dozen away.
Well, maybe this will be our new little side venture.
Yeah, these are good. I think I would love to definitely try it with peanut butter. So thanks for that, Kelly. And next batch, I'll have to add some peanut butter because everything is always better with peanut butter.
Gotta cook it longer with the peanut butter.
Say again?
Gotta cook it longer, bake it longer with peanut butter.
What do you guys think? You ready to try it?
Yep.
Kelly, you'll have to let us know how yours turns out today and see what you think.
I actually had one for breakfast this morning. I can show you if you want me. I can go get them. I'll get it. Hold on.
What's everyone else have planned for today?
More fun day, Jermaine?
There's a margarita with my name on it. Ooh. Hey, Kelly,
That's so good.
that's the peanut butter one?
Yep. They're a little darker than normal. I don't know if I cooked them longer than I normally do, but
And they're
they're really moist. Are yours really dry, Pam?
And they're moist. They're
Okay.
they're pretty moist. The ones that were with the less ripe bananas are a little softer than the other ones, but they're good. Better than picking up a blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
In the morning, probably a little healthier.
There's, speaking of blueberry muffins, there's a recipe that I came across that I haven't tried because the carb count's a little high for me, but I think we could adapt it. There's, you know, the pumpkin muffins that we make? Same lady that did that recipe made a sweet potato blueberry muffins. Like, instead of the pumpkin as the soft base, she uses sweet potato.
Yeah.
Instead of chocolate chips, she uses blueberries. I want to try them one day. I think I would just have to make mini muffins because the protein count's still the same because you add protein powder to them, but the carb count goes up with sweet potato instead of pumpkin. But yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Imagine like a healthy-ish blueberry. I love blueberries. I have a blueberry problem. Any way that I can incorporate blueberries, it makes me happy.
All right, gang, I think that's all we have. I know it wasn't probably very exciting, but she didn't make me mad today, so I really didn't have anything to like.
Surprisingly, nothing went wrong.
I don't think you should get canceled. I think your ratings will be just fine.
All right.
Okay.
We'll start to add some advertisers in and generate some income. All right, you guys have a great day. Kelly, let us know how your cookies come out.
I'll let you know.
All right.
Thanks, guys. See
Bye.
ya.
All right, thank you.
Bye.